Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and you can see the exterior. Whoop, you almost see the exterior of the command center. So yeah, we've been obviously doing a little bit of work off camera. Got a lot of stuff done, a lot more stuff to get done, but first we have to get started. So let's go. Alrighty, everybody. So, yeah, been a little bit busy. So we have started on the central spire portion of the build. What I've been doing is slowly clearing this stuff out. Basically just trying to remove enough stone to be able to move around in here. Because what we're going to do is have a central stairs up here, well, I should say, a central stairwell that will allow us to get all the way up to the top of this place. And I'm thinking about it because we've been talking about doing habitation areas, right? And I haven't really done a whole lot with those yet in the series. So we're not going to work on those today, right? Small spoiler. It's just so if you're expecting that, that's not going to happen today. We might get to that this week, but we still have some things to do with the large hangar, as well as just getting the central structure of the place in. I was almost saying in place. Getting the central structure planned out a little bit more. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing is, since we're going to do a column with stairwell here, or a column of stairwells, at various points I'm thinking we're going to cut into the hallway, where we'll end up with basically like a landing, and moving out from there we'll have a small residential wing. Now, depending on where we are with each of those levels, will dictate on, how big the areas are going to be, as well as are they going to have windows looking out into space. And if we do have them looking out into space, are we going to do something like having blast doors or some kind of window protections that we can put into place in order to keep, basically to secure it up a little bit. Alright, so that's the slightly longer term plans. The short term plans is I'm probably going to clear the rest of this off camera, but I want to show you basically what I've been doing for about 2 hours now. And the reason I'm doing this by hand and not using one of the vehicles is because, well, I don't want to have to come through, clear all this out, and then rebuild it. And the other portion is that I don't want to clear everything out. I do want a little bit of the stone to peek through at various points. So we're being a little bit careful on how much we're taking out. I'm just trying to get enough of a space in here that I can get the wall in. And it looks like I should have not enough steel plates, but I should have enough room here to get the last wall in. So we're going to do this as a 3x3 area, with the fourth block out being the wall like you see on the other sides. And that should give us enough space in here to have a stairwell that comes up. And then somewhere in the chain, probably, yeah, let's go right here. We'll put an air vent in. You like how I just made an executive decision, right? All right, so let's flip that way. And then that way this area will be pressurized as well. I'll probably end up putting another one down somewhere in here as well. We'll see where everything plays out as far as the stairs and everything are concerned. Now, one of the things that I did do is we went ahead and put a rotary airlock here leading into what's going to be the hangar once it's done. So that is now secure, and that's really the only real change that we've made. Still haven't started on this hallway because I don't know if I want to duplicate what we've done here, or if I want to do a different style on the hallway. So some folks have made some suggestions in the comments, and if you have your own feedback, feel free to throw it in there. Like I said, not set on any one style yet, but we'll see. Alright, so let's head back here, and what we're going to work on today is we're going to work on the hangar a little bit more, show you what we've done here. So what I'm doing is I've set up a 3-blade suspension piece. So you will have the area that the ship actually docks on, and we have enough of a walkway here that once the ship is down, you open up the hatch, you can come over, and we're going to have stairwells going up, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on both sides or if I'm only going to do it on one side. I'm thinking both sides because it gives us a little bit more flexibility in what we do and where things go. And I've also made some changes to the shuttle, well, to this beast. We're putting in some dedicated maneuvering thrusters on all 4 sides, well, on the 4 primary sides. We have 2 on this for aft, we have 1 on either side lateral, and then we have 2 retrograde. So what this will allow us to do is to do fine-tuning when we're docking, so I don't have to have the large thrusters turned on. And then we'll use, I'll probably designate a thruster on the top, or maybe 2 thrusters on the top as part of that grouping. So what we'll have is I'll actually have a group set up, and we'll do a group shortcut, one that forces all those thrusters on, and one that forces all those thrusters off. And then what we'll do is when we go to turn off everything, we just have a system, one group for all of the thrusters that forces all thrusters off. So what that'll allow us to do is to have, you know, independent controls to do fine-tuning on our docking, be able to kill all the thrusters with one switch, and turn on just the primary thrusters when we're ready to take off, or just, you know, turn on maneuvering thrusters, get us out of the dock, and then we can switch over to the main thrusters. So yeah, a little bit going on. All right, so now one of the so what I'm going to do is I'm trying to figure out which way do I want to take this piece. I'm thinking I kind of like the way we were planning that originally, but because we want this to be airtight, I think we're gonna have to take that out, replace it with a regular brick. Sorry, it's middle of the afternoon for me recording today, so I'm a little tired because I've been doing this all bloody day. Oh, so let's go get some of this out of here. Ah, oh, son of a... It's okay. Let's get you repaired. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to bring this back a bit so we can see where we need to be. Oh, so this is one of the reasons why I was going to do a lot of this off camera, was because it's really just placing a lot of brick, or in this case metal blocks, just to fill in the spaces in here. And then we have this set up so basically if we turn those on for some reason, we don't destroy the hangar, which is always important. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. Basically all we did is say do 3 wide to account for the width of the thruster. On the 4th block, we used the upper portion of the 2-part ramp. And we are out of steel plates again. Alright, so let's head over here. We're going to grab some more steel plates. Hopefully. Lots of steel plates. Let's throw you in there. Let's move some of this stuff down. And one of the things I want to do is I want to get working on the reactors this week. mainly because of the fact that we are getting to the point where we kind of need to have the power supply sorted out. There we go. And the sooner we get the power supply running, the sooner we'll be able to start harvesting up uranium. I do need to move the shield generator. That's going to be hidden somewhere inside the structure. Now the problem with the shield generators is that they have to have a certain percentage of visibility past the structure. So we're going to have to find a place that's kind of where it is. And then what I'll probably do is I may move it up here so that it's up on the column somewhere, or even, ow. Ooh, that hurt. Maybe even like in here or something, so it's still visible, so it can be hit from if somebody gets shots in, or if you're able to drop the shield, you can destroy it. But we'll see. We'll see. So I haven't figured out exactly where we're going with that yet. So let's get back in here. And we are going to get a little bit more of this done. Figure, you know, show you basically what I was doing. So let's go ahead and get this in. Oh. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this build, but I will be glad when the build is done. It's just taking so much time. Oh. But that's what makes it fun, you know, so yeah. Alright. And I still need to figure out where I'm going to run supply lines in here so that we can have things other than this big beast docking. But this is going to be primarily for this big shuttle, which is why the focus right now is on just getting everything sorted for this thing. Now, did I do... No. Okay, so that's good. Because what I'm thinking here is that we're going to go something like this. No shipment? Not worried about you. Okay. So let's bring 3. And so what this will allow us to do is to have an area for smaller ships if we need them. I may build, I don't know, some kind of maybe like tenders or something, just small little runabouts, and we'll have a place to park those and still be able to dock this beast in here to get things in when we need to. And we're gonna go that maybe. Oh, that could work pretty well actually. We go. Let me see, if we do that, we can then use that. Oh, I'm liking this. This gives me ideas. Because what I'm thinking is if we do this, we could actually have a small area down here to act as the control area for ships that are coming in. So you basically have one on one side be docking control, the other side be maybe the engineering and supplies. See, because we were talking about that before, where we want to have a system set up where ships that are coming in will be able to, you know, you have a staff on board that their entire focus is making sure that you have the materials and that ships that are coming in will get the support that they need. So we took that all the way over, right? Yes, okay. So yes, I'm thinking this is going to be, hopefully should be somewhat interesting. So you're going to end up with Something like this. Perfect. And then this will be the back wall. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we'll take that back. If we take this back one, take you out. Because if we go back one block here, that allows us to have an area where the stairs can come out. Like we'll have a ledge come out over here. Bring the stairs down, and then it'll be able to wrap back and forth. Yes, I know my health is low. Thank you. Have it wrap back and forth and come out somewhere down here, so it's away from the main thrusters. And we can be able to do that on both sides. That will work really nicely, I think. All right. Because what we're trying to do is keep everything that we're building outside of the damage area for the thrusters, so in case we have to use main thrusters for some reason, the stuff that gets damaged is easily replaced or repaired, you know. It's all good. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that. One there. Yeah, I'm thinking that's gonna work. Okay. And we're gonna do, I mean, I could take this back a layer. So we end up with an area that's, oh, I know what we can do. I know exactly what we can do. And that should work really well, actually. Yes, this should work really, really well. So we do that. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and keep that consistent. And yes, I know I'm being vague as to what I'm referring to, but there's a reason for it. I'll share it with you shortly. I'm going to get some of this in first. Alright, so how many is that? It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's 22. That'll be 20. Counting that one is 23. So you'll be able to get 5 in on either side. Yeah, that'll work because that'll end up with 10. So what I'm thinking is we were talking about putting refineries in over here, and I'm thinking that we can make this work. Basically, we'll have everything mount it to this layer. Let me show you here. I guess we could do something like that. And then we go like so, maybe. And
low health.
thank you, Betty. I appreciate the warning. Okay. So then we've run the conduit through here, or the conveyors through here rather. Hell, I could even put them. So I could actually run refineries on either side, put assemblers down the middle, and have that feed back into the supply line here, back into the cargo blocks. Oh. Oh yeah, I think I like the way this is starting to shape up, and that keeps all of our industrial stuff inside and out of the way. Now, some of the times I do like to have, like with the platform base that we built, I like having my industrial stuff out and about in various areas so you can see the pieces of it. But so for some of the bases like this, where we're going for something a little bit more of a finished build in appearance, I want the industrial things, like all of the production facilities, to actually be out of sight. And I'm thinking this is going to allow us to do that fairly well. The question I run into then is, do we want the upgrade modules to be facing an area where people can see, or do we want the refineries normal front facing the side that people can see? Not sure which way I'm going to take that, actually. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a really quick cut. We're going to get the rest of these areas shaped in, because it's basically just going to be placing more blocks like you've seen me placing already, just filling in the little gaps here. And when we come back in a moment, well, it'll be a moment for you, it'll be about probably another hour for me, but when we come back, what we'll have is we'll take a look and see which way it looks better having the refineries mounted, and we'll make a decision from there and move forward. All right, so we'll do that cut, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So yeah, I was right. It was about an hour or so. All right, so let me show you what we've got going on here. So we've now got an area deep enough to put refineries in, and it looks like I missed a spot. It's okay, it happens, right? There you go. Now, what this will allow us to do is to have atmospheric envelopes inside the structure, as well as the structure itself will eventually be airtight. What I'm going to do is come back through and fill in the rest of this stuff off camera, and we're going to do it on both sides so that it'll actually be fully enveloped. And then I'm thinking for down here, we're going to do something like this. Alright, The idea being that we will have that all the way down. So we'll actually have the ability to walk around down here even with the thrusters running. And then be able to do maintenance, maybe throw Bob down here or something. You know, basically get just a little bit of area down here that we can work in as we need to. So that came in 1, 2. So if we go, just going to use this as a placeholder to lock things in. So we go just like that. Because if we do something like this, alright, where we have all of this tied together, I am definitely liking the way this is working. Okay. Because what we're going to end up with is we'll have conveyors coming through this way. We'll put a conveyor junction right here, and then that'll allow us to feed into this area. But this may end up being the control center that we were talking about, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea. And then we basically just have the assemblers down here in the middle, and we'll do like 3 upgrades instead of the 4 on them. I mean, we could actually do 4. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Alright, so that gets us most of the way here. And we want you to be set up like a so. Yeah, I'm thinking that should work nicely, I think. And then what we're talking about here is just basically have something like this. To tie all of that together, and then putting a door there, and then we'll have, somehow we'll set up everything to be tied in over here, and we're going to do the same on the other side. We want you to be, actually, yeah, because that'll be, these will be walkways over this. Put a door here. So there will be a door here, walkways there, and then we'll do the vent here. That leads to the same on this side. And we did a row of blocks on the interior. Okay. And then that's basically just to help thicken up the armor a little bit, you know. you don't want to make it too easy for things to destroy your envelope. Okay. So now let's take a look at what we can do with the refineries. Alright, so if we go on end... Alright, so if we do it... Let's go that way. So if we do it where the refinery portion is sticking out to the front, it's going to look something like that. Alright. If we want it to be with the upgrade modules, it's going to be like that. Now the reason we're doing that is so that we don't have to run conduit or conveyors up off the different level. We can have them just on the same level. And this would still give us enough room to walk around in here, because the upgrade modules are going to stick out one, so they would actually be here. So there's a little bit of walk around room here, which is actually good. Yeah, it really comes down to the... Do we want the refinery face, or do we want the upgrade modules? Because I kind of like the look, the industrial look of the upgrade modules, but I don't always want them exposed. I think in this case we're going to do it. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves a little room down here if we need it, so that we can run conveyors in here. Which also means that we are going to need conveyor block there and straight conduit there. Alright, and then I don't know, we might end up putting something in this side. Actually, you know what we could do? You could go like this. And we say that. And we can put a turret there. No, the turret's going to be blocked by... We won't be able to place anything there. That sucks. Alright. I mean, I guess I could block that out a little bit, but it's okay. It works for what we needed to do. Alright. So that gives us 5 refineries on that side. And yes, I do know when we started this whole thing, I was saying that I would probably not put refineries over here. I kind of decided against that for a couple of different reasons. One, I'm playing solo, so because of that, it makes it easier for me to have refineries and assemblers over here, so I don't have to keep running between all the different bases. But I'm also going to be doing auto mining at some point, so having a base that does nothing but process materials is good, because that way the bots that I set up will be doing their thing, and then what I'll do is I'll go over, pick up resources from them every so often, bring them over, but I also have the ability to be processing things directly here, which is going to be a little bit more important for us, at least short term. Alright. So we have that. Three, 4, 5. 5 little refineries. Oh, 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 oh. Alright. Did we end up with 2 spaces over here too? No, we ended up with 1 space because we have a wall that we didn't put in yet. That wall should be here. Okay. There we go. That's better. Alright, so now the only thing we have to do is come in, throw in the upgrade modules. Actually, do we have... Let's go ahead and do that. And I think we're going to do... what? Do them that way or that way? I kind of like them that way because it looks more like it's some kind of steam processor. Like it's recapturing all of the gases or something. There you go. So we're going to have 10 fully upgraded refineries, which is good. That means we'll have 1 for each material. And then we'll have 2 for platinum or uranium. Because, you know, we always need the extra refineries for those 2 things. And that should be good. Alright. Oh, so I'm going to bring the large ship over. We're going to move this thing out. And we're going to let the bobs on the big ship play over here for a little while, get all of this welded up. But I'm going to do all of that off camera. I may set up a recording, like a time-lapse camera to capture all of this for you. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them in the section below. That's what it's there for, and it's always nice to have a conversation with you all. But otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you want to be kept up to date with what's going on around here, don't forget to smack that subscribe and to crush that bell if you want to be if you want to get the notifications when everything finishes uploading. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So if we do that, thinking we might do some little bit of design work on this beast.
Energy low.
Because it deserves it.